Hey guys, welcome to another episode. I'm Sam for those of you who are new, and thank you for joining me. Today we're going to do a little bit of a kids meal prep episode, which is really fun for me because I love doing the kids meal prep. It makes life so much easier for me doing meal prep for Zeke. They're all super simple recipes. I tend to do it on a Sunday, or if I don't get a chance on a Sunday, I'll do it on a Monday. And it makes life so much easier. I struggled a lot transitioning from like purees and stuff because he didn't have any teeth, and he's 14 months and he's still only got 2 teeth, so all of it's really soft, so it's good for younger babies as well. This is all adult friendly as well. You just might want to add more salt, more spices, more garlic, that kind of thing. These recipes are low salt, no sugar, gluten-free, and pretty healthy. I try and throw in as many fruits and vegetables into his recipes just so I know that he's getting enough nutrients. But yeah, they're all super simple, and I hope you enjoy. If you do, please please subscribe to my channel, and that way you'll get notified when I do my next episode. This is going to be one of a bit of a series because I know a lot of people do struggle with kids meals. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and let's get into it.
Okay, so first we're making a lentil and sweet potato shepherd's pie. I grew up on shepherd's pie, and this is a really nice vegetarian version, so I'm just going to start with making the mash top. It's going to be sweet potato and potatoes, so we'll peel 1 potato and 3 small sweet potatoes, and then just cut them into even sizes so that they will cook at the same rate. I'm really sorry about the cutting board. I'm looking at it now and it needs to be straightened up, and it's really stressing me out, so I'm sorry if it's stressing anyone else out. But just chop those up and put them into a pot of boiling water and let them boil away for 10 to 15 minutes. And next we're just going to peel and roughly chop 2 cloves of garlic and put them aside. And the cutting board's still stressing me out, and I'm sorry, it doesn't change throughout the whole movie, so get used to it now. Next we're just going to roughly dice 1 brown onion, and we're going to put that into a baking tray. In that baking tray we have the garlic that's already chopped up in there, and then we're going to add 1 tin of rinsed lentils, and then we're going to grate in 2 mushrooms. I use a grater for everything. Number 1, because it's convenient. Number 2, because as Zeke doesn't really have many teeth, he still needs things quite soft. So this is a great way for kids to get their nutrients in, but to still have tasty food that they can actually eat. Next, I'll grate in a whole zucchini as well. It looks like a lot here, but this is going to do probably a week's worth of dinners. Now I'm just going to roughly chop up 2 florets of broccoli and put that with the remainder of the vegetables in the baking tray. And I'll do the same with 2 stems of kale. I'm just going to cut them really finely and then chop them up and toss them through with the remainder of the vegetables. Now we're just going to stir all of those ingredients together just so they're all really well combined. And then we're going to add a tin of tomatoes. So just make sure that your tin tomatoes don't have added sugar in them, because a lot of them do, as well as not a high amount of salt, because as I said in the beginning, we don't want the kids to have too much salt. And some things have natural salts, like the butter that we've added to the mash, so that's all they really need. Next we're going to finish off our mash. So for our mash we are just going to drain it and then put it back in the pot. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of butter and no extra salt, and that's all we'll need for the mash. Just mash that up. Then we're going to spoon our mash mixture over the vegetable mixture and spread it out evenly all across the top layer. It doesn't matter if it's not completely covered. I ended up running out of mixture, or I didn't make enough, but it doesn't really matter. It's still going to be just as tasty. So just spread that all out, and then we're going to pop it into the oven for 30 minutes, 30 to 40 depending on what kind of oven you have. So to make our raspberry and chia muffins, we're going to combine our oats and our chia seeds. We've got 1/4 cup of chia seeds and 1/2 cup of oats, and we're going to blitz that up, and that's going to make our kind of flour base. This blender is amazing. It's the Ninja, and it's got heaps of different compartments. It's got like a blender, it's got a spiralizer, it's got a food processor, and I use it pretty much every single day. So we've blitzed the oats, and that's now our flour. Now we're going to add into the food processor 2 bananas, which equals 1 cup of mashed banana. Then we are going to add in our oat and chia flour. Then we are going to add 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. We're going to add in a sprinkle of salt. It's just a really tiny amount. It just helps to offset the lemon juice in the cooking process. Then we're going to add 1/2 lemon. And if you want, you can add 1 tablespoon of rice malt syrup. It's totally up to you. If you're making more of an adult version, then you can definitely add more rice malt syrup, maple syrup, rapadura sugar, coconut sugar, any of those healthier options. But now I'm adding that lemon juice, and then we are just going to blitz it up. And this is what you want the batter to look like. You want it to be wet, but not too wet, but you don't want it to be dry, obviously. The best thing about this recipe is that it works for pancakes as well. You've probably seen me a million times on my Instagram doing pancakes, and I use the exact same recipe. So now I've just added in a cup of berries, mixed it all up, and now it's ready to go into the baking trays. I'm just spraying the baking trays with some spray olive oil and then putting in all the mixture, and these are so simple and so quick. They take 10 minutes in the oven. Once they're in on 180 degrees, I'll write the recipe down below, and they make so many. Another thing is you can also freeze them. I always put like a couple in sandwich bags and then bring them out in the morning, so then he's got like a couple to snack on through the day. And you can even serve them with maybe like a coconut yogurt or some peanut butter. And lastly, we're making our Smoothie Pops. So these are really amazing as a time waster for your kids. Zeke usually has one in the afternoon after his nap, and yeah, it keeps him busy for ages. So it's just 1.5 cups of frozen berries and 1 cup of your choice of milk. I used soy milk, but yeah, you can definitely use any milk, and then just blitz it up and pour them into your little icy pole containers. As usual, I've made an absolute mess. I should have used something a little bit easier to pour, but once the lids are on, you can just give them a rinse. Yeah. So here we have it. We have our lentil shepherd's pie, which is out of the oven and nice and golden. You can sprinkle some fresh herbs on the top if you like, but this is great. It lasts all week. It can be frozen. I just cut it into squares and pop some in the fridge, some in the freezer, in case you want to use some for the next week. But yeah, super simple and delicious. Then we have our little blueberry muffins, and again, super delicious. Zeke loves them. I sometimes add some coconut yogurt, peanut butter, or some fresh fruits. They're on the denser side, so it takes them a bit longer to eat them. Again, something to keep them really occupied, and super healthy. And there we go. Happy child, happy wife, happy life.
Hey guys, thanks for watching that episode. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it helped. I find meal prepping for Zeke, as I've mentioned, super helpful. Gives me so much more time during the week for myself or to get stuff done that I need to, like housework. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed, and please like, please subscribe. And I want you to write in the comments below what you would like to see from me next, or what you struggle with in the kitchen, whether it be kids meal prep, your own meal prep, finding time, saving time, any of that. Chuck it in the comments below and I'll do a video for it. Thank you. See you next week.